The following presentation is non-profit and is intended for entertainment purposes only. All events within this presentation are non-canon. Batman and all related characters are the property of DC Comics, Warner Brothers, and their respective owners. Hilarious Matrimony, a Batman fanfiction, written and read by Robert Canner. Chapter 4. Starfire's impending wedding was all anyone was talking about. It didn't take long for all Dick and Corey's old friends from the Titans to throw them a big engagement party. In the months that followed, Corey had gone full-out bridezilla, making Dick glad that he had Bruce's financial backing. They had spent the last 3 weeks trying to decide on the cake. Corey, not knowing just how many different kinds of cake the Earth had to offer, just couldn't seem to pick the one she wanted. In the end, she had to be cruel with herself. By the time winter had fallen, both Dick and Corey figured that they were long overdue for a breather. Corey didn't like wearing a disguise, but Starfire obviously couldn't be seen with Dick Grayson visiting Gotham City's cemetery. John and Mary Grayson, parents, performers who still soar in our sky. Some people say that everything happens for a reason, that nothing is up to chance, it's all up to fate, said Dick. My parents were killed by a mobster, for no reason other than to send a message. I refuse to believe that was ever part of some higher power's plan. But I know I'm who I am today because that happened.
Your parents would be proud of you,
said Corey, placing her hand on his shoulder.
I'll bet they never once in a million years thought you would lead a group of extraordinary individuals to vanquish a being like Trigon.
Or go toe-to-toe with someone like Deathstroke, or anything else we've done. The reason Bruce became Batman was because he didn't want anyone else to lose their parents to crime. Having lost his own parents, Dick understood what drove him. He would always be grateful to Bruce, but he didn't want to become him. He wanted a life outside the mask he wore. Still, he looked back on all the things he had done as Robin and then as Nightwing, and all the heroes he had fought with. Each victory, every life they saved, was a testament to their courage and determination, but it also served as a stark reminder of the sacrifices they had made. Could he truly step away from that? Is it really okay for me to want more out of life?
Your parents would have wanted you to be happy,
replied Corey, smiling.
Besides, who says we can't do what we do and have lives outside the workplace?
Dick and Corey spent the night as they usually did, cuddling on the couch and catching Corey up on Earth culture. You don't see shows like this anymore, said Dick. They had just gotten to Pinky and the Brain's debut skit in the 2nd episode of the Animaniacs. Brain explained that his plan involved generating a magnetic pole so that anyone on the planet with loose change in their pockets would be stuck to the ground. At this point, Pinky innocently asked, "What if they take off their pants?" Corey laughed.
His whole plan hinged on people having something magnetic in their pockets.
If all the supervillains we dealt with were as goofy as that, the entire Justice League could have retired a long time ago, said Dick. As the cartoons continued to play, Dick told Corey about some of the weirdest villains he had fought when he was Robin. He actually called himself the Condiment King, and his primary weapons were guns that shot ketchup and mustard, laughed Dick. Well, I guess they did have the potential to cause anaphylactic shock, but what's next? Peanut Man?
I wouldn't mind some mustard,
said Corey. And I wouldn't mind something to go with it. Just then, a loud alarm blared on Dick's phone.
What's that?
Asked Corey. Batman has made some very dangerous enemies over the years. He likes to keep the rest of us informed when they escape the nut house, which unfortunately happens about once a month. When Dick looked at his phone, he was shocked to see that not one, but 3 inmates had escaped from Arkham Asylum. The Mad Hatter, Scarecrow, and the Joker. The Basilica of Our Lady of Faith was the oldest and largest Catholic church in Gotham City. For many years, it had been a steadfast and uncompromising beacon of hope in a world gone mad. There had been many famous baptisms, weddings, and funerals performed within the church, but now it would be known for hosting one of the Joker's biggest atrocities. "Oh my God," said Commissioner Gordon, trying to keep his dinner down. The pews were filled with people whose faces had contorted into nightmarish grins, easily 100 at minimum. A Jokerized bride and groom were positioned at the altar, and a Jokerized priest was hanging crucified above them, wearing nothing but his underwear. The faint aroma of incense was the only thing that covered the smell of the bodies. Robin was sickened to see that there were even children among the victims. "Only he could be this sick. Every time we put him away, I pray that he never gets out," said Gordon. "And then he escapes and does something like this. How could any man do something like this?" "This isn't a man," said Batman, observing the crucified priest. "Batman, you better take a look at this," said one of the crime scene analysts. The analyst had been observing the wedding video. There was a note attached to the cameraman's camcorder. "For Bird Boy and Stargirl." Batman felt his heart rate quicken as the video began to play. The wedding played out normally until the bride and groom stood side by side at the altar. They looked so happy and in love, it was hard to imagine that their lives were about to be taken from them. "Dearly beloved," exclaimed the priest, "we are gathered here today on this most joyous occasion to send a message." The priest closed his book and threw it away. "Some odd years ago, a certain little brat humiliated me, and I promised him that one day I'd kill the person he loved most." The Joker took off his bald cap and wiped away the makeup on his face. "And as we all know, I'm a man of my word." The entire church screamed as the Joker's toxin filled the building. To be continued. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, then like this video. Subscribe for more updates, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.